My name is Allison Beaupre.
And my name is Jenna Malidi.
And we are the directors of the one-act play All of You, written by Dylan Schifrin.
We just want to start off by saying how proud we are of this cast. COVID has been tough on theater everywhere, and a lot of schools have had to shut down any plans for a production this year, which is why we are so beyond grateful that even now we're able to safely put on such an amazing production.
These actors and actresses have worked their butts off these past few months despite every single obstacle that's been thrown their way, and we are so excited to show you what they've been working so hard on. These actors and actresses continuously blow us away every single day with their dedication, their amount of patience, their flexibility, and just their overall ridiculous amounts of talent. So now that we're done gushing over how amazing our cast is, let's tell you a little bit about what they've been working so hard on.
All of You is about a college sophomore and a chemistry student named Erin. She has hyperthymesia, or highly superior autobiographical memory, a condition that causes her to remember most every detail of her life.
This play includes crashing, shouting, depictions of panic attacks, flashbacks, as well as trauma. If any of this is in the slightest bit triggering to you, we highly suggest that you click away now.
Now, this play deals with a lot of... Oh, hi. Sorry, we were just, well, we were just telling them that
Should we go?
We'll let you do your thing. Thank you.
Enjoy the show.
Organic substitution reaction. Step 1. Mix tert-butyl chloride with methanol. At first, no reaction is observed. Oliver, please!
Enough!
Step 2. Heat the reaction mixture.
I have to take her somewhere safe.
Everything's going to change without you. Step 3. The tert-butyl chloride molecule dissociates from its fluorine substituent.
Goodbye, Aaron.
Oliver! Step 4. Methanol attacks. You left your wet towel on my bed.
That towel isn't on your bed, Aaron.
Of course, it's not on my bed. I moved it because it was wet.
Oh, don't be such a wet blanket.
Just promise me you'll stop leaving your towels everywhere.
Oh, please. When else have I done this?
Well, the morning of September 5th, September 28th at 10 p.m., October 15th, November 6th, 3 a.m. on December 11th.
Okay, I get it.
Oh, and February 11th, when I found not only this same wet towel on my bed, but another wetter towel wrapped inside of it.
Okay, well, how else do you expect me to dry towels, if not with other drier towels?
Can we stop saying the word towel?
Fine, if you agree to stop using your superhero memory to win arguments, at least give me a chance before you start listing off all of the incriminating dates.
They're not just dates, they're episodes. It's like I'm flipping through a scrapbook of my own life.
I envy you. I gotta rely on my own scrapbook to remember things like this.
You've been scrapbooking?
I'm nostalgic. You know, now that we're almost juniors.
Well, let me see.
Easy.
Here's us moving in together.
People thought I was only coming here because you were, but that's not true. I came here for the academics, and
And here's you dressing up with me for Halloween that one time.
Yeah.
How far back does that go?
Do you remember when we were like 13 on that island in the middle of the lake?
That isn't it.
Well, yes it is.
No, it's not. It didn't have those big rocks on the shore, and it had 5 oak trees, not 12.
Okay, fine. It's a stock photo. The point is, on that island, there was no other, we would just pretend that there was no other people in the world except for us. And that was enough. Back then it was.
It was June 10th, 7 years ago, and we were lying down on the island. The sun was just beginning to sink below the horizon, and stars were faintly beginning to appear. I told you that I didn't want anything to change from that moment, and then you said, then why let it? And I said, let it what? And then you replied, change. And I said, change what? And then you replied, this moment. And I said, no, I don't want it to change. And then we proclaimed that island to be the land of Erica, a combination of Aaron and Jessica. The land where nothing would ever change.
It's still crazy to me that you can just remember all of that.
I don't just remember it, I relive it. Thanks for reminding me, Jess. It's a good memory to have.
It's open! Oh, hey, Caillou.
Hey, do you mind if I speak to Aaron privately?
Fine, I have lots of better things to be doing anyways.
What? Were you wearing your clothes under there the whole time?
Maybe.
Kylie, you're happy to see me. I have something to tell you. Jess and I were at House Drawn last night, and we got the God Quad.
No way!
And juniors get priority rooming, so you can move in too. Isn't that great? And we'll host parties and do study dates together and make Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's great.
You're distracted.
Sorry, I also have to tell you something. You know my startup?
Which one?
YouScore, the app that scores your life by playing music that best fits whatever you're currently doing.
Yeah, that's the tagline.
An investor just signed onto the project. A big one.
Your mom?
No. Thanks to this new investor, they were finally able to promote me. Now I'm YouScore's Chief Technical Officer.
Kylie, that's great.
I get it if you think this whole thing is stupid. You're a chemistry major, you're gonna contribute to medicine, and I'm just helping people enjoy some free jazz before jumping out of an airplane.
You know I support you.
CTO is a full-time job. Now that the startup is back on its feet, I don't know how long they'll need me there.
Well, it can't be that long, can it?
I signed a 12-month contract.
But what
I'm
about...
not coming back to school next year.
What?
This could be a real future for me, but I'll never know unless I take the risk.
But, I mean, the God Quad.
I'm sorry.
And we were supposed to move in together after
I'll
college.
always be with you up here.
Organic substitution reaction. Step 1. Add ethyl bromide to ethanol in a basic solution.
It's so much brighter this time.
We've never been out this late before.
I guess more people are asleep, huh?
Guess so.
I wonder which ones aren't really there.
What?
You know, stars that have died already, but are so far away that it looks like they're still there.
I think if you're far enough away from something, it doesn't matter if they're real anymore.
Well, they're real to me at least.
Step 2. The ethanol, possessing a stronger nucleophilic character, exerts a stronger attraction on the molecule than its bromide substituent.
I'm sorry, Aaron. I have to go.
What?
Claire needs me. You know the way back, right?
We've only been here a few minutes. Step 3. The molecule attaches to the ethanol, displacing the bromide. Don't go!
We'll come back tomorrow night.
Oliver! Okay, I got you something. Micronation?
Yeah, that's what countries are called when no actual world powers are recognized. So that does not mean that they are any less real because they still have laws and governments and everything a real nation has. They're just, you know, little.
Why did you wait until now to make it real?
Well, I thought it could help if we could put the place that we'd always escape to right here in our road. Plus, everyone knows you have to be at least be in college to officially run a micronation.
Officially run it?
Sure. The network of micronations is ironically huge. Across the globe, Like,
Hi, Erin. I heard you weren't feeling well, so I Ubered you some soup. Okay, fine. I didn't Uber it. It's from the dining hall. Okay, fine. It's not soup. It's instant ramen. My programming job hasn't been paying very well. I liked our date last night. You are so amazing. If you're not doing anything next weekend, my aunt has a beach house close by. I think we could have a future together.
Claire and I can have a future together.
Erin? Are you okay?
Panic attack.
Do you need anything? Can I help?
It's like I had locked Oliver away in some filing cabinet in my mind, but it's opening back up again. It's spilling everywhere. And now with Kylie dropping out, I can't take another memory like that. This isn't Erica. We're miles away from that island.
I understand, but a micronation isn't confined to its territory like a real nation is. Its spirit, it stretches far beyond that. Sure, we call this island Erica, but it's always just been us, Erin and Jessica. And as long as we're together, nothing can change that.
They also ordered stickers. You said, as long as we're together, we'll just block out things that make us sad. Block it out.
I thought I locked that door.
Oh, you didn't.
Who are you?
I'm Erin. I'm a sophomore in organic chem. You're my TA, Isaac.
That doesn't sound right.
I sit sixth row on the left, third seat. On February 28th, I wore a shirt with a molecule of adrenaline on it that said, the element of surprise.
Erica, adrenaline isn't an element.
It's Erin.
That's not what your shirt says.
You don't know who I am?
It's a 300-person class. I have better things to do than memorize the names of you and your scantron bubbling elk.
Sorry.
You're forgiven. What do you want?
To work in your lab. All grad student TAs manage a lab, right?
It's April, Erica. The semester ends in a month. Why do you want to start now?
Well, I've been busy until now.
Okay, then what do you want to help with? Storage? Cleanup? I hear the squeegee team is making some pretty big leaps.
I want to do independent research.
You're a sophomore. I can't leave you alone in a room filled with unlabeled poisons and glassware specifically designed to shatter in the most unsafe way possible so as to punish whoever broke it.
I've worked in a lab before.
What's the #1 rule of lab safety?
Hot flasks are cold flasks.
If you don't know what chemical you just spilled, then what should you do?
Well, assume it's lethal, so by comparison, whatever burns you receive while cleaning it up don't seem that bad.
Let me tell you a story, Erica. Believe it or not, I was once like you. Ambitious, headstrong, bursting at the seams. But one thing in particular separated me from others of the kind. I had a vision. Of course, they all said I was crazy. Such is the constant struggle of the genius. They said, Isaac, you'll never be able to reduce selectively synthesize aryloxyquinolines under metal-free conditions. Who do you think you are, Superman? But I did it. My whole thesis was dedicated to proving a single molecule, yet its applications could be countless.
Oh.
What's your vision?
Well, memories, after all, are just chemical signals in the brain, so there must be some way to manipulate them. It's already been shown that painful memories can be eliminated through the depolymerization of actin filaments. Scientists have even removed specific memories from the brains of snails by blocking certain protein kinases. If I can find a way to make a drug that could perform this same function and accurately target and eliminate the human memory, well, then
Humans aren't snails, Erica.
I know that, but still,
Why do you want to do this?
to help people.
You want to fundamentally change how people think.
They would still be the same person, just without the memories.
There are 37,000 billion chemical reactions per second in the human body. No one ever stays the same. Why do you really want to do this? Tell you what. If you can solve this synthesis problem using the given molecule in 5 minutes, I'll let you conduct research in the lab. But I should warn you, it is far beyond the scope of your sophomore chem class.
John.
What? How did you?
On February 11th, when you were handing out our exams, you accidentally gave me a sheet of paper with that exact same question on it, only it also said, the answer is on the back. Once you realized your mistake, you took it from me, and in that instant, I saw the back of the paper. Only, there was nothing written. It was blank. All I could see was the given molecule on the front only flipped around since I was looking through the opposite side. I figured that's what the answer is on the back of it. So, I just put that. Same molecule, except flipped around.
Wow, for a sophomore to already understand chirality shifts.
I know. Pretty impressive, right?
You're a problem solver, Erica. Just like me. The silver ones are for the main entrance. The gold ones are for the supply room. I want a 10-page outline about your research proposal by the next weekend. I hope you're prepared for what you're getting yourself into.
No. No, what is this?
Well, I'm trying to pick a flag for Erica. Which one are you thinking? The one with the stripes? Or the one that hurts my brain?
Jess, no offense, but I think you may be underestimating how much work running a nation really is.
Hey, well, I would ask you for help, but I hardly see you anymore. Where have you been?
I'm doing independent research.
Now? But school's like almost over.
I'm making a drug, one that could help my panic attacks.
You're making Prozac?
No, it's a drug that could help me forget.
Can you do that?
Yes, I've done the research.
This sounds really dangerous, Erin.
I know what I'm doing.
You wouldn't be you without your memories. It's the butterfly effect. You change one little thing and possibly anything could happen.
I'm just getting rid of the bad memories.
Can't you just enjoy Erica while it lasts?
While it lasts?
Apparently, there's already another micronation on campus, and I got an order from their ambassador telling us to give up ours due to territorial conflict. They were here first, and there can only be one. Please, don't go through with this. I can't lose both Erica and you.
I'm not talking to you right now.
What do I have to say to make you forgive me?
I do forgive you.
It doesn't sound like it.
It won't matter soon enough anyways.
What does that mean? You know, I feel terrible. But this startup is the most important thing in my life right now.
What about Saturday, March 3rd, 1 year ago, when you said I was the most important thing in your life?
How was I supposed to know anything would happen with U-Score back then?
You did know. We were on the hiking trail north of campus, and you told me that focus testing had been going well. And then you looked up at the sky and said that companies at your state of development and investor interest would take about a year to launch.
Erin,
You never planned to finish college. You made me fall in love with you knowing it would never last.
I'll make this up to you. I don't want our remaining time together to be painful. Erin, wait!
Organic addition reaction. Step 1. Add hydrobromic acid to propane.
You were supposed to pick me up from school.
I'll make it up to you.
You were with Claire.
How do you know?
You always sound guilty when you've been with her.
Stop being selfish.
Oh, right, because there's nothing selfish about leaving your sister at school so you can do the deed with your girlfriend.
Claire's parents are always fighting. Her dad hits her mom. And yes, Claire can hold herself up in her room, but you can't always suffer through it alone.
propane to attach to the charged bromine molecule. The propane has now gained something it didn't previously have.
I didn't know that.
Not many people do. That's why I need to be there for her.
How are you going to be there for me?
Erin, what are you doing here?
I came to say goodbye.
Goodbye? I'm not leaving for a week.
I'm making a drug in my lab. One that could erase my memories. So I'm saying goodbye now.
What? Don't drugs take like years to create?
Why does no one think that I can do this?
You really want to wipe your memory?
I have to. I can't live like this
You want to
anymore.
forget me?
Just when you leave.
You can't forget the pain of me leaving unless you forget we even loved each other in the first place.
I can't be here right now.
If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
I am changing my mind.
Goodbye, Erin. I'll never forget you.
Organic elimination reaction. Step 1. Mix neopentyl alcohol with sulfuric acid.
Why today?
I never said it would be today.
5 weeks ago, you threatened to run away after graduation, and graduation was yesterday.
Claire's dad beat her mom last night. Claire isn't safe there.
You can live here. Mom and Dad.
Are you kidding? You don't
We
understand.
can hide her. You can stay here and protect her.
And what? Expect her parents to be okay with it? As insane and drunk and crappy as they are, she is 17 and they're her parents. How do you expect me to defend against that?
Take it to court.
The only way out is out.
Step 2. A highly unstable carbocation molecule is formed.
No, you can't go.
I've made my decision.
You can't. I won't let you.
Let go of me!
Step 3. A methyl shift stabilizes the molecule.
No!
You think this is easy for me? I don't even know where I'm going. Anywhere's better than there.
No, you're lying.
A methyl shift stabilizes the molecule.
How can you be so selfish?
We were supposed to go look at the stars tonight. You
Methyl
promised.
shift
Let's
stabilizes
go!
the molecule.
Erica, it's 8 p.m. Why are you still here?
Independent research.
Yeah, well, I'm locking up. Are you coming? Though you're not tarnished by the shame of majoring in linguistics, I implore you to use language at least sparingly. I said, are you coming? Is that 12 molar sulfuric acid?
I just need
This
a
is
little.
supposed to stay in the fume hood. You know that.
I know, I just need
Give me
a-
your keys.
What?
Where are my car keys?
The keys to the lab. You're not allowed to work here anymore.
Did you take my keys?
There are sulfuric acid fumes in the air. Give me the keys.
Give me my keys, Aaron.
Are you deaf? Give me the keys to the lab.
No, I can't.
Claire is waiting for me. I need to get there before her parents get home.
What do you mean you can't?
She isn't safe!
I can't let you
This
go.
room isn't safe.
Give me my goddamn keys!
No!
Give me the keys. We have to get out of here.
For the love of God, Aaron!
Don't leave
What's
me.
wrong with you?
Get off of me.
Let go.
You have no idea what it's like. It's getting to the point where I can't tell the memories apart from the present. And I know that none of it is real anymore. But I still see him. Exactly how I saw him 7 years ago. And I still feel exactly how I felt. And then suddenly, I'm there again.
You have hyperthymesia.
I just want to.
You want to escape. You want to just wave a magic wand and suddenly make everything better. Well, life doesn't work that way. There are rules, laws, necessary steps that we all need to go through. You of all people should know that.
What I wouldn't give to reach out and touch him.
I never want to see you working in this lab again.
Goodbye, Aaron.
This is the ambassador of Micronation Q7013Z. Open up, or I will be forced to raise my voice incrementally until you do. This is the ambassador of Micronation Q70.
It's open. Artie,
Surprised to see me?
you're
Very well. How have you been?
Well, I've actually been...
Splendid.
Okay.
According to Article 5, Section H of the International Micronation Law, no micronation shall occupy the same territory as another. Any nation that fails to comply will be conquered and considered territory of the original one.
Look, Artie, Erica is my micronation, and I'm not just gonna hand it over to you.
Then you give me no choice.
First of all, what is that? Second of all, thought we were friends.
First of all, this is a micro sword. Second of all, we have not been friends since the day you cleft my heart in twain.
What are you talking about?
Perhaps your mind, so absorbed in its own self-convolution, allows no room for such a torturous memory as when you turned me down to the winter gala.
This is all because I turned you down to a dance?
You took away my dignity. Now, I'm going to take away something you care about.
Not if I have anything to say about it first. Oh. Let's go.
Ow! Detente! Detente!
Okay, so let me get this straight. You contacted the other micronation on campus, asked to join, then you applied to become the ambassador, then you got permission to hold a diplomatic meeting in this room just so you could get revenge on me for not going to the dance with you.
A little bit.
Could you be any more petty?
Petty? If you were ready to fight me just so you wouldn't have to give up that stupid safe space you made up when you were a kid. I read your scrapbook.
You win.
I do, but
You're right. It's a stupid safe space. Me and Aaron need to live in the real world. What?
I thought this would be more satisfying.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
Yeah, because it's pretty clearly your fault.
What? No, it's not my fault either. I guess what I'm trying to say is we created micronations not because we're trying to delude ourselves into some false reality. We do it because it offers a circumstance where we can be in control of something, of anything. But ultimately, a micronation provides an escape from the unpredictability of life, or something.
What the hell? Do you want to go get coffee with me sometime?
What? Make it in neutral territory and you've got yourself a deal.
I'm looking for Erica.
Erica is dead.
Oh my gosh, you mean Aaron.
Oh. Well, names don't matter. Norbert Rouleau, heroic inventor of the multiple effects evaporator, was still tragically named Norbert.
You're Aaron's TA, aren't you?
What do you want, a gold star?
I mean, I would say no.
If Aaron isn't here, I'll come back another time.
You can tell me what you wanted to tell Aaron.
Please, that does not concern you.
What's in your hand?
That also does not concern you.
I know about the drug.
You do?
Yes. Did she make that?
She started to. 2 semesters of organic chemistry is nowhere near enough time to make anything more than a cough drop or some poor man's LSD LSD. But a friend of mine was working on something similar for a while now, actually. So I took what research I could get, and I finished it for her.
Why?
Because I've never met a problem I didn't want to solve.
All I am is a problem to you?
Oh, hello.
Shut up.
I can have your grade lowered for
I
that.
could have you arrested for that.
I did this for you. I have it too. I know what it feels like. It consumes you. There were days when I thought I needed, I don't know, a clean slate. But I can't risk changing my mind. It's the most valuable thing I have. But fatalism isn't for everyone.
I've never met someone else like you before.
You're brave, Erin. You really are. What?
You know my name. Does it work?
The drug is designed to target and eliminate memories in the brain. It completely cured a mouse that watched his mother eat 2 of his siblings. So yes, it works. In mice, 1 mouse. It's impossible to know for sure what the drug could end up targeting. A single memory could be chemically tied to thousands of others. If you take this, anything associated with any traumatic experience is at risk of being erased. In fact, it could erase your hyperthymesia entirely. You might not be you anymore.
I don't want you to keep suffering.
Oliver would always talk about how one day he would run away so he wouldn't have to deal with real life anymore. It was his dream. And then, when he finally decided to act on it, it killed him. I realized then how unpredictable everything could be, so I would hang on to every little detail, about every little thing, because if something changed and no one else remembered what it used to be like, well, at least I would. I used to love my ability, because it allowed me to replay my good memories over and over again.
Are you sure you want to do this?
The only way out is out.
Just promise. You won't forget me?
Are you awake?
Erin,
I'm awake.
it's beautiful out. Lots of stars. Have you ever gone stargazing before?
I used to, my brother.
Oh. Do you?
Want me to show you how?
Never mind.
How to what?
Stargaze.
Forget Andy said anything.
Show me how to look at stars?
Never mind.
It's just,
What?
sometimes it's nice to take a look into the past.
I'm sorry, Erin.
I can't be here.
What?
I have to go.
When are you coming back? Hold my hand.
What?
Hold my hand.
You're too old for this.
No, I can't let you go.
Because when I see you,
It's time.
I see all of you.
Hey, it's so great to meet you. Can you hear me with this mask on?
I can totes hear you. First in-person date ever, I'm guessing?
Well, since the pandemic, yeah.
Oh yeah, that? I meant first in-person date ever.
What?
This is the first in-person date ever for me. This is like the only exception. I go on virtual dates, don't you?
No?
IMHO, it's the best way to date, TBH.
Sorry, say again.
IMHO, it's the best way to date, TBH.
TBH?
Oh, OMG, OMG, OMG. You said you're old-fashioned, so you're a noob who doesn't get how to talk online. LMAO, LOLs.
Well, I've heard some of it, but generally not out loud.
That is adorbs ROFL. You're like a walking hashtag TBT. So, tell me about yourself in less than 140 characters.
Well, before quarantine, I got into skydiving.
OMG, YOLO, FOMO.
Also, my sister's pregnant.
TMI, JK.
So, can I ask you something?
Yes, Queen, AMA.
What do you do for a living?
Oh, well, I spend about half my workday on TikTok and the rest grabbing. And when I'm looking for love, JK, LOL. I'm on Tinder, Bumble, JDate, you know, the huge.
Wait, J-Date?
Yep,
Isn't that for Jewish singles?
yep,
Didn't your profile say you were Catholic?
yep.
Then why are you on J-Date?
Why are you on JDate?
I'm not on J-Date.
So, I have a few more FAQs. What's your favorite gift? Oh no, I can tell you're lost again, and BT dubs, that's totes for Donkadonk. It's like I speak English, and you speak Canadian.
That doesn't make any sense.
You make me laugh. Winky face, OMG, you're so confused. You're like TTYL, hashtag what?
Listen, I just gotta be honest. That whole dialect is kind of exhausting.
For brownie face.
I'm just used to standard talking.
For brownie face with a single tear. Hashtag sad selfie.
I'm not saying it's bad, maybe just a little unusual.
WTF! WTFing-F! You know what? F this date. F it, I'm leaving. But before I do, FYI, I already turned this whole date into a meme that just got ROFL emojis from both my roommate and my mom. So you tell me, who got the last laugh?
LOL?
It's great to meet you.
Likewise.
How long have you lived here?
8 months. Feels longer though.
3 years for me. It's a great city.
Definitely. What do you like most about it?
What do you like most about living here?
Well, I love walking my dog in the park, especially in the fall.
I'm a little different. I'm all about walking my dog in the park in the fall.
No, I like that too.
So you said you're into needless violent action movies, right?
No.
Same here.
Are you listening to anything I'm saying?
So I was watching this amazing one last night. I forget the name of it. It was like Death Punch, Death Kick, Kick Punch. Anyway, it had the perfect mix of needless violence. And I was just sitting there and just thinking, I could totally go into movies. The acting, easy, and I've got the face and body for it already.
Wow.
Anyway, enough about me. I want to hear about you.
Or I could just leave, since you're a self-centered tool.
I'm a Capricorn myself.
Hey,
Hi.
so your profile said you're an ER doctor.
Yes, a trauma surgeon.
That's amazing, especially these days.
Thank you for saying so. It's rewarding work. What do you do?
Well, it's gonna sound trivial in comparison, but
Oh, one moment. Sorry, this is very important. Dr. Johnson? Yes. Yes. Yes? Mel Gibson who? That is a rather amusing knock-knock joke, also quite offensive. We will speak later. Good evening. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, trauma surgery. It's been an aspiration from a young age and remains a genuine passion.
that's great.
You're saying what you do? One moment. Dr. Johnson? Yes. Yes. I'm unavailable at the present. A date. 4 out of 10, moderately attractive. He's contributed nothing to the conversation. Good evening.
You know I can hear you.
That is a flagrant breach of doctor-patient confidentiality. Dr. Johnson? David, yes. I concur that we never should have terminated our relationship. We'll gladly resume. Regroup in 1 hour. I love you too.
Who's David?
Dr. Johnson?
Okay, can you please turn off your phone? It's just rude.
It's the hospital. A 10-year-old needs a heart transplant.
Oh no.
Please try to have at least some respect for a child's life.
I am so sorry.
In actuality, I just punked you. It's David again. Marry me tonight.
So your profile said you're fluent in a bunch of languages?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
I forgot everything from school except Biblioteca and Vanya.
I'm sure you know more than you think. I get rusty all the time.
How many do you know?
Oh, I sort of lost count.
Really? Wow. Can you give me a few samples?
Okay, so, alright, let's see. If I wanted to tell you it's a pleasure to meet you in Latin, I would say pro bono habeas corpus magnum opus.
That sounds familiar.
It's a fairly common expression.
Oh, okay. What else?
If I wanted to tell you, you look beautiful in the color red in Italian, I would say Mille grazie DiCaprio al dente.
Did you say DiCaprio?
DiCaprio means color or hue. Then, in German, if I wanted to say it looks like rain tomorrow, that would be Schadenfreude Lederhosen Brauers.
Hold on a second.
Hold on a second, in French is bonjour baguette, or in Russian, vodka comrade.
Okay, stop. I'm not an idiot. Do you know any foreign languages, or are you just a total fraud?
Chorizo taco.
My fellow American, good evening.
Good evening.
It is an honor and a privilege to spend this moment with a citizen of our magnificent country.
Likewise. So, I'm gonna take a guess that you're in politics?
On the contrary, we must abandon Cartesian politics, bridge the divide, reach across the aisle, and at long last dispense with the same old Washington games. Politics? Not in my backyard.
So, where are you from?
I was born in a small village called Farm and Factory Town. Farm and Factory Town is a humble community of hardworking families, rolling prairies, and oats. And I'll tell you, the first thing you learn as a proud citizen of Farm and Factory Town is the difference between a good oat and a bad oat. A good oat has character, resolve, dedication. A bad oat? Well, a bad oat leaves a bitter taste in a young child's mouth. A bad oat can't be trusted. A bad oat destroys homes and increases deficit spending.
Can I jump in here?
I've traveled all across this fine nation meeting citizens just like you. Take the 6-year-old mill worker I met in Stone Ridge, Ohio. His name was Yipple. Now, Yipple might have a ridiculous name, but Yipple does not have a ridiculous heart. Yipple spoke to me about what we need in this country, and that what we need is a leader who leads, not a leader who doesn't lead. That would be a waste of the first 4 letters in leader. Or the young woman I met in Great Bend, Kansas. Her name was Lynn. She was black.
Can you please stop? You're on a date.
A date which will end in infamy.
That was in poor taste.
Give me your poor, your huddled masses yearning to meet me.
Listen, I don't mind that you're into politics. I think it's great that you're so dedicated to the country. But can we please change the subject?
It is time for a change.
No, like a new topic of conversation.
Time for a new beginning, a new dawn. I'm Ruth Hayes and I approve this message.
You know, I just remembered something. I already voted.
Richard! These call sheets are wrong again! That's twice today! God bless you, and God bless America. Richard, clean out your desk!
No, I agree.
And it's still #1 on Netflix.
For real. I thought I was the only one who was bothered by that.
Hey, listen, this is great.
It is great.
It seems like we've got the same taste, same values.
Same religion, same therapist.
We're from the same part of the country.
Pretty unreal.
That's not bad, right? To have too much in common.
No, I think that's good. Unless you also shave your beard.
Ah, we're so different.
So hey, I know we're supposed to wait a few days before scheduling another date, but can we schedule it now?
Totally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I can't next Friday.
Yeah, me neither. Not to be a downer, but I've got a virtual funeral.
Actually, me too. My whole family's doing a Zoom service.
Same here. My cousin Trudy had like 100 cousins.
That's so weird. The funeral I've got is for my cousin Trudy. Wait a second, are you?
Is your dad?
No, I agree.
And it's still #1 on Netflix.
For real, I thought I was the only one who was bothered by that.
This is fun.
Yeah, I'm having a really good time.
Speaking of dates that somehow go well, I just heard this story where the date turned out to be their cousin.
No way.
I kid you not.
That's exactly how my parents met.
Good to meet you.
Wow. Wow. Do you feel that?
Feel what?
That spark between us that just detonated. It's straight up kinetic. What a rush. Wow, and it's well beyond physical attraction. There's something about the way we vibe with each other on an intellectual level. It's like we try to finish each other's
Oh, you want me to?
sentences. Amazing. We should just schedule a second date right now, right? You know, it just feels right, right? Next Sunday, there's this virtual party, and you could be my date, and I could introduce you to my friends and my parents and my extended family, and I should mention it's less of a party and more of my nephew's baptism.
Oh, I don't think so.
You're right. Too soon. It's too soon. Right? Sometimes I get ahead of myself. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
So, let's pivot from the baptism to this virtual wine tasting my folks are throwing on the 18th, which would be the ideal chance for you three to meet, because if you don't and you and I end up getting serious, my parents might be skeptical of our relationship, which could then make for an uncomfortable ceremony and the 10-day honeymoon in Cabo. And then 9 months later, you can't tell me Kayla won't notice because she'll notice I know she'll notice she'll notice.
Wow.
You don't like the name Kayla? My backup names are Penny and Apple. What? Something's on your mind. You know, you can always tell me anything, today and always.
Well, stating the obvious, we just met, and you have our whole relationship mapped out.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
Yes.
You're right. You're right. I mean, wedding, kids, I barely even know you. Of course, of course, of course. That said, my nephew's virtual baptism is actually today, so... Hi, Mom. So this is the girl I was telling you about.
It's so great to meet you. Welcome to the family.
No, my dog really died.
Thanks for meeting on such short notice. Shall we get started? Good, good. I recently underwent a failed merger with my previous client, so what I'm looking for at this stage is a floor-to-ceiling overhaul of the status quo, a paradigm shift, if you will, that will bring us from relationship to relationship 2.0.
Can I say something?
Please hold your questions until after. My plan is in the first 3 quarters to hit the ground running with a strong foundation, and by 2024 have fully reinvented our relationship, synergizing from the word go, using a game-changing, scalable approach to seamless integration. How exactly do I plan to accomplish this? I'll tell you. Win-win situations, giving 110%, maximizing the leverage, pushing the envelope, squaring the circle. If I'm reading the room right, and I do believe that I am, in short order, we will co-sign my proposal as a value add, and if we run out of the flagpole and see who salutes, if we skate to where the puck is going, if we stick a fork in it to see if it's done, if we tickle the artichoke till it sings a cappella hip-hop, then I guarantee this merger will bear fruit. And by fruit, I am not referring to babies, unless you want to talk about it. But totally cool if not. I want 4. Any questions? Yes, you.
Can you tell me how it's possible that I've actually had worse dates than this one?
Oh, they didn't use PowerPoint.
So, your profile said you're a psychiatrist.
No, that was a typo.
Oh, psychologist.
Psychic. I know it's an incredible career, but there are drawbacks to clairvoyance. For example, last week I foresaw a sunburn in my future, so I had to cancel my trip to Cancun. I know what you're thinking, sunburns are the worst. See how I knew you were thinking?
So, what made you become a psychic?
What made me become a psychic? I anticipated that question. Here's how. Back in high school, I had a vision that I was going to fail a math test. Then I took the test and failed. A flawless prediction. In that moment, I knew I'd become psychic. And then, a week later, I became psychic. Another flawless prediction.
But all of those are things you can control.
How about a free reading?
Oh, I'm not interested.
I insist. Show me your foot.
Sorry, what?
Your foot. In the movies, psychics read palms, but real psychics read feet. Take off your shoe.
I don't think I'm comfortable with this.
Is he comfortable with this? Sign 20S.
Fine.
The feet have a spiritual connection to the earth since they so often touch the ground. So, the feet have the most powerful bond to the paranormal ether. Interesting. This crease between your heel and midsole tells me that you like sports. Is it true that you like sports?
I like sports.
Yes, sports. I knew it. And your history line is right here below the lateral plantar nerves. What? What's that? Oh, sometimes feet whisper. What? Yes? Oh, I see, I see. When you were a teenager, did you attend a high school?
Yes, I did.
Yes, high school. I knew it.
Listen, can we just stop? You haven't told me anything not obvious.
Oh, but here comes the grand finale. The main line is usually right here below the big toe, but yours is faked. Closer, please. No, closer, closer. All right, let's see here. You live in a second floor apartment on 5th Street. Your favorite music is 60s R&B, and your mother's name is Doris.
Wait, what? How did you know that?
Knowledge is feet.
That's amazing. What else can you tell me?
Only that, let's see. You wake up every morning at 8 a.m. You just finished binge watching Breaking Bad. Your fantasy team is in 3rd place, and you just reached the Jurassic Pork level on Angry Birds.
You hacked my phone, didn't you?
Signs point to yes.
Hey, so this is probably going to be my last date ever. Staying single seems easier.
Yeah, same.
So I'll just skip the...
Hi, I'm Chet Simpson.
And I'm Kellen House.
And our show is The Valdemar Case. It is a theatrical adaptation of a short story written by Edgar Allan Poe and published in 1845.
The show tells the story of a man named Ernest Valdemar who is dying and decides to use supernatural forces to try and halt his demise.
We hope you enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Completely sure?
I am.
I see. I've never heard of such an experiment.
Time for some lunch, Mr. Valdemar.
Thank you, nurse, but I'm afraid I can't eat much.
Try, Mr. Valdemar. You need to have something.
Under
try.
I'm sorry, but I still remain skeptical.
Doctor?
Yes,
Professor Edmund is here.
show her up, please.
I'm so glad. You see, Doctor, the professor gives me hope where you say there is none.
Ernest, there is a limit to medical science.
Professor Edmund, Dr. Dunbar. I'm glad to meet Dr. Dunbar. Ernest.
Professor, my spirits are up.
Ernest said I should send for you when his time was coming to a halt. He's told me what you propose to do?
Yes. Good.
Frankly, Professor, I don't consider this bona fide medicine. So I hope you won't mind me asking a few questions?
Not at all. I should say I've known Ernest for quite some time now, and he actually gave me the idea for this experiment.
I did?
I didn't know that, Ernest.
Years ago, when he had trouble sleeping, I hypnotized him and cured him of insomnia.
It seems I'm highly suggestible, Doctor.
He's the perfect candidate for hypnosis. A few words, a pass of my hand over his forehead, and the state is induced. I've worked with many clients, and most of my attempts have been successful.
But this, you've never taken on such a monumental, existential task such as this.
No. Never, but it intrigues me to try. Since Ernest has no relations, I insisted he obtain your approval before any hypnosis took place.
Well, it sounds impossible, but this is out of my field. And breakthroughs in medical science only occur when someone tries the unexplored. So no, I will not stand in the way.
I'm relieved.
Thank you, Dr. Dunbar.
Doctor, I will need you and Nurse Louise to monitor the whole process. Keep a log and bear witness.
I'm here to do anything I can, but I don't exactly understand what it is we're doing here.
My apologies, Nurse. I'm a hypnotist.
And I understand that.
I employ this skill to help others overcome life's obstacles. Our premise in Mr. Valdemar's case is that we can suspend his death with hypnosis.
Suspend? How?
Well, if his body is under my control, and not under the control of his deteriorating physical condition, then perhaps we can stop his demise.
Stop death? I mean, how can anybody? Death is inevitable.
It's just the professor's premise right now.
It sounds sacrilegious. It sounds like some sort of witchcraft.
Nurse Louise, you may excuse yourself from this strange experiment. I would enforce you.
I'm here to help Mr. Valdemar.
Then stay and help. Please, Nurse Louise.
Hypnosis isn't witchcraft, Nurse. I've cured many a client of drunkenness, tobacco, sleepwalking.
Can you compare drinking or tobacco with death, with the will of the Lord?
Nurse, this is my last hope.
I understand that, I do, but
Nurse Louise, I've devoted my whole career to fighting off the rabid dog of death. So have you.
Yes, but by practicing medicine.
This could open a new branch of medicine.
This is a last wish. Trust the professor. I do.
I'll stay with you for as long as I need to. It's my calling. It's my duty.
I thank you so much.
Then I suppose we should begin the log. Nurse Louise, will you please take Mr. Valdemar's pulse and temperature? His left lung gives him no air at all. It's completely collapsed and turning to cartilage. His right lung is partially ossified. I had another doctor examine him. He corroborates my prognosis. If Ernest Valdemar lives through tomorrow, it's miraculous.
Then I must act at once.
As the patient wishes.
Mr. Valdemar's pulse is slow and his temperature is slightly elevated. Thank you, nurse. Ernest.
Finally. My friend.
Yes, always. So, Ernest, once more for Nurse Louise as well. Are you willing to be hypnotized at this time?
I am.
Good. Then I guess we shall begin. Nurse, may we lower the lamps, please? God be with you, Mr. Valdemar. Thank you, nurse. Relax, Ernest. Relax. Eyes back. Eyes softly closed. You are calm and at rest. You are now fully at rest. You hear only my voice. Only my voice. You hear no other voice. Your waking state is gone. You will obey only my commands. Understood?
Understood.
You have descended into a deep sleep. Even though you can hear me, deep sleep. Deep. You will rest there and hold on to your life. Hold on to this world. Hold on. He is now in a trance state. Nurse, will you please check him? Yes. His limbs are ice cold. His breathing is as it was, labored. Oh my.
What is it?
His pulse is going like the wings of a hummingbird.
There must be some exhilaration in him.
It's just the excitement of the moment. He'll settle down.
Nurse Louise and I will take first watch tonight.
Yes, and I guess we shall see what will happen.
Indeed we shall.
I'll return at daybreak. Good day to you both.
Good day. Nurse Louise, you go downstairs and get some sleep at the bedroom. Okay?
Yes, doctor.
I'll wake you before midnight?
Yes, doctor. Doctor, I still think that this experiment is most unnatural. Well, how is he?
Nurse.
His feet still hold a chill.
That he continues to live is an accomplishment to behold.
I'm gratified to hear you say so, doctor. If you don't mind, I'd like to test his state of mind.
Please.
Thank you, doctor. Good day to you, Ernest. Ernest. Ernest, can you hear me? Ernest, raise your right hand. He did it! now lower your left hand. Ernest. Ernest, are you cold?
Do not wake me.
Oh?
Let me die. Let me.
Ernest, are you in pain?
No. I'm dying.
No. Dr. Dunbar is here to check on you. Is there anything I can get you? Some cool water?
Water? Yes.
Nurse, water from a bag only.
Yes, doctor. Thank you, nurse. He seems calm again now. I won't disturb him further.
Yes. Since he seems to be at rest and in no pain, I agree. If he were to pass away, at least it would be peaceful.
He did take some water.
Good. Thank you.
You both, take a break. Have some rest.
Professor. I will have to employ the other nurses if he continues to remain in this state.
Doctor, you need to eat something. I brought some bread and apricot jam and coffee. I can make a quick breakfast.
I could use something to eat, and I must check in at the hospital.
Oh, this is strange. Very strange.
Decidedly.
I'm sorry, Ernest. I must question you further. Ernest. Ernest, can you hear me? Ernest, what is it? Ernest, what are you saying? Speak louder. Ernest, are you in pain? Are you? Answer me.
I am dead.
Ernest, you can't be. I can hear you, my good man. You are alive. Alive! You are making medical history. Do you understand? I demand that you live. I forbid that you bow your head in death. I forbid you. You will obey my command and you will live. Live! Live! Somebody tell me.
What is it, nurse?
It's been months now. Somebody tell me, when does this end?
It does seem that enough time has passed, Professor.
The experiment has to be judged a success. There's still life in the man. How is there still life in him? He takes no water, no food. His tongue is as black as a raven's coat.
But his iris contracts when I open up his eyelids. And there is the occasional spasm of his lips.
There's your proof of life, Nurse Louise. I pray for him every day. But I fear there's as much meaning in my words as there is in our patient.
Ernest Valdemar, raise your right hand. He hasn't done that in months, but still, I'm sure he hears me.
Okay, guys, we're just gonna take it from
I
the
messed
beginning.
that up. I'm so
It's
sorry.
totally okay.
I didn't know.
And then you have for the
I was this close as Ernest Valdemar. Raise your right
okay.
hand.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's totally okay.
What is? I completely slipped up on my words. What was it?
You said the meaning of my words.
Oh, I pray for our patient every day, but I fear there's as much life in my words as there is in our patient.
Yeah.
Oh my
but
god.
you kind
I
of like
messed
stumbled
that
over
up
it,
so
and then you
bad.
kind of like
No.
And Paige, do like the emotion you've been doing.
Yeah. But by the end of the scene, you're in hysterics. You're like,
Yeah. Okay, can we get back to black, please?
Full traumatized.
Yep.
Somebody tell me.
What is it?
It's been months now. Somebody tell me, when does this end?
Does seem that enough time has passed, Professor.
The experiment has to be judged a success. There's still life in the man. How is there still life in him? He takes no water, no food. His tongue is as black as a raven's coat.
But his iris contracts when I open up his eyelids. And there is an occasional spasm of his lips.
There's your proof of life, Nurse Louise. I pray for Mr. Valdemar every day, but I fear there's as much life in my words as there is in our patient. Ernest, move your right hand. He hasn't done that in months, but still, I'm sure he hears me.
For the love of God, will you just ask him what he desires of us?
Ernest Valdemar, what is it you wish right now? Answer me.
I say to you, I am dead. Help me.
How can he be dead and still speak? It is unnatural.
His organs must be dormant. His bodily functions must be suppressed.
I feel like I'm part of some evil deed, part of some witchcraft. Since when is the preservation of the world witchcraft, nurse? Nonsense. We're overwhelmed with what we've accomplished, and the mystery goes on.
No longer. Nurse Louise is right. The news of what we're attempting to do will soon leak out. The other nurses are already chatting about the experiment. If the newspaper gets it, I don't know. Yes. Could look unseemly, sinister, even.
You want me to wake him?
Yes. If we've thwarted Valdemar's death long enough, we'll write his up as such as proof of our success. If not, then we will find the logical end to our experiment today.
Come on, Professor, do it! I'm sorry, Doctor. It's just all this life suspended. It scares me.
Well, Professor, proceed.
As you will. Ernest, can you hear me? Ernest, I'm going to bring you back to life. Back to us. On the count of 3, I will pass my hand over your forehead, and you will awaken to this world again. 1, 2, 3. You are now awake. Ernest, you are now awake
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Colward.
And I'm Jackson Chase.
And we're the directors of 4 AM, written by Jonathan Dorth. This play is a window into the lives of those unfortunate souls whose wakefulness has long surpassed the witching hour.
We've all had our own run-ins with insomnia, and these characters are no exception. Whether they are hosting a radio show, having a sleepover, or leaving an unsavory product review, we've come to find that there's a strange unity at this lonely time of night.
We've had an amazing time directing this play and working with such great actors. They brought life to our show in ways we never expected, and we can't thank them enough.
So without further ado,
please enjoy 4 AM.
This is Frankie, your 4 AM connection, your 4 AM force, and a horse is a horse is a horse of course. No idea why I just said that, but come what may, I'm here to light your way through the darkness. Broadcasting to you live on 777.7. That's 777 and 7/10, the luckiest frequency on your AM dial. Coming at you in the magic hour when your world is asleep and there's no one but me, and maybe a zombie or three to keep you company. And speaking of the magic hour, don't you go, don't you disappear, because I've got a magical mystery show for you right here. So keep your dial tuned just right, because Frankie's going to get you through the night. Is there anybody out there? Can anyone hear me? Hello? Hello? Come out wherever you are.
Again. Go back to sleep. I have to go to the bathroom, but I don't want to get out of bed. Can I go back to sleep if I have to go to the bathroom?
What's that sound? What if it's a vampire? What if it's a poltergeist? Oh, it's probably Dad getting home.
Did I turn the webcam off? I shouldn't have been in that chat. I want a big, juicy hamburger. A big, juicy hamburger with blue cheese melted on top, dripping onto my tongue.
What if I just walked up to him and... Hurts, doesn't it?
I could dance in my pajamas right now, and nobody would see. I could totally dance in my pajamas. I am totally dancing in my pajamas. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You got this.
Why did Jem unfollow me? Was it a mistake? I should unfollow her and then follow her again and see if she follows me back.
Why is green green? Why isn't it red? Or yellow? Stop thinking, stop thinking.
Yes, I am the famous artist, Juliet.
Sometimes I feel the urge to do something radical. I want to run outside at 4 AM. Run through the night morning. Run through the frozen world where everything's still but me. I bet I could run for a whole hour and never see another person, if my parents would let me leave the house.
The sun is shining down. There's a slight breeze. The water is blue and perfect, and I have the entire beach of Port Douglas, Australia, all to myself. I'm in my happy place. I'm in my happy place. I have to get up in 86 minutes.
Is there anybody out there? Anybody thinking this thought too?
I am not afraid of tomorrow. There's a monster under the bed. He talks to me. He's scared too.
To whom it may concern, I recently purchased your 4-inch peeling knife. It was on sale, but just because it was on sale doesn't mean it should be worse than the knife that isn't on sale, right? You advertised as, and I quote, the chef's ultimate weapon. The ergonomically designed handle offers maximum comfort, giving way to a razor-sharp carbon steel blade, with no need for sharpening for 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years. Not weeks, not months, years. I've had your knife for about 6 days now, and in these past 6 days, I've cut half a dozen tomatoes, 2 onions, 1 each red, orange, and yellow peppers, and 2 cloves of garlic. Not bunches, cloves. And not even big ones. And going pretty soft. And therein lies our problem. Last night, I used your knife that doesn't need to be sharpened for 3 to 5 years, and 13 vegetables later, it punks out. When it comes to 13 vegetables, your knife is not up to the job. Sure, I have other ways to cut my food, other knives I can cut with, but that's not the basis of the problem, is it? I can't just go out and buy more of your crappy merchandise. My parents have the car for the night. I'm also pretty broke, so I just have to sit here, alone, at 4 a.m. and be hungry, when I could have made the best stuffed peppers anyone has ever seen. The whole point of your knife isn't just about its quality. It's supposed to keep up with its professional grade promise. Its promise. Do you know what it's like to have promises broken? To go to school and have the people who said they were your friends and who cared for you leave you alone at the lunch table to eat your leftover stuffed pepper by yourself? Sure, I have other friends, those I can go to when I need to say, I feel upset, or can we hang out today? But that's not the basis of the problem, is it? I used to cry about it. I stopped. What's the point? Unless you're too busy crying to think about who's left you. That might be something.
Monica, are you awake? Monica? Monica!
What?
Are you awake?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Sleeping?
You can't!
Stop that.
This isn't working for me. This is supposed to be a sleepover, but you're just sleeping.
What time is it?
4, and we should be up, talking about guys and dyeing our hair purple, texting our friends to tell them what an amazing time we're having.
Sleep over. Sleep!
You committed to this.
What's wrong with you?
Me? Did we cross into an alternate universe where up is down?
What time did you say it was?
4.
Everybody's asleep at 4.
Not at a sleepover. By 4, we should be confiding our deepest, darkest secrets. Secrets so secret we have to swear by the grave of an A-list celebrity never to tell. What if someone finds out that we slept?
Nobody's gonna know.
Once you're on that list, do you know how hard it is to get off?
I promise I won't tell.
It's like a big black lipstick smudge of cane on your forehead. Nobody's getting it off.
I promise I won't tell. What if I got up extra early?
It is extra early. I never would have asked if I'd known you'd be like this.
Wait, I want to swap secrets and talk about guys.
I'm listening.
We could set a time, 8. Nobody's gonna be up at 8 on a Saturday. We could do all that and they'd never know.
I'd know. And what if it just slips out? I see how you look at Ryan. Your mouth opens. You look like a whale from science class feeding on plankton. Yeah, you get a whale mouthy and something might just slip out.
4 hours, that's all I asked.
You ask too much. I suppose I could do it if I had some sort of proof that you wouldn't say anything.
Proof?
Like a hostage. Yeah, if I had a hostage, I'd feel better.
But I promise.
Just because you're on honor roll doesn't mean you don't lie. I mean, it's not like I know you.
We've been best friends since kindergarten.
I thought I did, but then this, and now you're like some stranger from off the street, speaking Russian.
Come on, we were green tea goddesses. You can't tell me you don't remember the green tea goddess, green tea tickle. Green tea goddesses forever, it's the Camp Tea totem way.
Your cat.
What?
If I had Captain Snuffles as a hostage, I think we could make this work.
You want my cat? You can't take my cat.
Not take, just take for a little while. Till I'm sure.
Of what?
That these next 4 hours aren't going to blow up in my face.
I'm not giving you Captain Snuffles.
Then stay up!
I can't. Even if I wanted to, he's at my house.
Actually...
You psycho! You
He
can't!
chases after Eddie.
Oh yeah, he chases after your little brother for 2 miles right into a box in your room.
It helps when Eddie covers his whole body with tuna fish and stands outside your window.
I'm coming, Captain Snuffles.
You don't look so tired now.
Give me my cap.
Give me a secret
You're
first.
not being a good goddess. I don't like Ryan. I like Jerome, and since they're always standing next to each other, it looks like I like Ryan. Now give me
I still have nightmares about that clown.
What?
The clown.
The one with the cotton candy?
He won't stop chasing me. Don't laugh. I never should have told
Did
you
you
that.
know Captain Snuffles was specially trained as a clown fighting cat?
Really?
No.
Oh, I see. You're making fun
But
of...
I'm not so bad at clown fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. My turn for another secret?
This is Frankie, 4 a.m. in the studio, so don't be rudio. I'm live with a special guest. You all think about him when you're sitting there alone at night. He'll take your breath away. Literally. Everyone, put your hands together for the man who will make you a permanent sleeper. It's the big guy in the hood, the Grim Reaper! So, Grim, may I call you Grim? Thanks for stopping by. I know you're a busy man. Sorry, entity. You are not as tall as I thought you'd be. The pictures are, doing you just a little too much justice. But, anyway, back to the reason why you're here. How does it feel to be the taker of lives, the stealer of souls, the harbinger of doom? Okay, the silence is scary, and I mean really scary, and well, the finger wagging in my direction is about to make me wet myself. But, wait, no one will see this. It's the radio. You can't silently gesture on the radio. We're gonna go to a commercial, and we'll see if we can get a word. Any word after the break. It's been called ergonomic, the chef's ultimate weapon. 4 inches of drop dead sexy. But don't take our word for it that this 4-inch tower of chopping and peeling power will give your knife life the edge it's been missing. Just ask our customers. I love this knife. It couldn't peel a boiled potato, but it looks so beautiful. If I had a child as bad as this knife, I'd kick his lazy butt out the house and change the locks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
For making such crappy knives. I wonder if she's up.
I wonder if he's up.
If I call her.
If I call him and he's sleeping,
And she's sleeping, and I wake her.
what if I wake him?
She'll hate me.
What if he hates me forever?
There's no one under the bed, in the closet, or at the window.
I can never fall asleep, usually because I'm preoccupied with whatever new cooking gadget has hit the shelves. But we both know how those usually turn out. I try to use whatever utensils I have lying around, which usually means coming up with the next best thing to make. But we know how that'll turn out. Although, my grades are in the mixing bowl. It's hard to be smart in school when you're only asleep from 5:30 to 6 every morning. So, I'm sitting here, staring at the half-cut up peppers, because your knives are so incompetent, and the power goes out. So that puts an end to my late night meal. There's no stove, no lights, nothing. I'm alone, so I just sit here at 4 a.m. I should be asleep by now, but I'm not, thanks to you. But as I'm putting away the pots and pans, I find this old battery-powered radio. I got it at a junk shop. It's one of the only things in the house that still works, besides this laptop, until it dies. But the radio works, because I guess they made things better back in the old days, before they started importing lead from China. It's only AM, but it's better than silence. There's a talk show about sports. I don't really get sports. I want to, I'm just not good at it. And when I talk about it, it feels fake. There's music that is in a language that isn't English, but it's not Spanish either. Oh, and some scratchy religious guy telling me he'll save my soul if I send him $50. But your knife pretty much cleaned me out.
I want to run and witness something amazing, but there's no movement. Here in this eerie silence of a world that's asleep, I feel so powerful, but I'm the queen of a kingdom of one. Hey!
The White Stripes.
White Lion.
Great White.
James Brown.
That's not a band.
Still counts.
We said bands.
I meant musical acts.
Fine. White Snake.
Black Sabbath. Band Happy.
I am Iron Man. I'm tired.
Do you want to sleep? It's like 4.
No. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Barry White.
Who's that?
You know, the love song guy.
Okay. Blue Oyster Cult.
Nice. Deep Purple.
King Crimson.
Pink Floyd. Why does everything we come up with is so old?
The White Stripes are not old.
That's the only one.
I don't know. Old souls?
What's that?
My mom says that to me. You're an old soul, Haley.
Well, what's it mean?
No clue. I think because I'm named after some girl from the Revolutionary War.
She thinks she's like in your body? No.
Gonna eat you. You want to keep going?
I can't think of any more.
Was Purple Haze a song or a band?
Oh, I mean, I can't think of any more colors.
Ooh, what about
Whoa! It's still my turn.
Well, you couldn't think of any more.
So, it's still my turn.
Do you want to do a different one?
Like
I don't know. Vegetables?
vegetables.
Or whatever.
Vegetables is stupid.
It was just an idea. We can do whatever.
Whatever's fine, just keep talking.
About?
I just need the noise.
Okay. Things I can say that'll make noise.
Every time I shut my eyes, every time it's quiet, the movie starts playing.
What about cars?
And I'm trying to cover it with my head.
Ooh, or sports teams.
And I'm trying to block it with my hands. And with this pillow. and with a mini refrigerator. You know, like the type people keep in college. And now with the Barbie dream house that my sister had when she was 7, before he broke it.
I did not know he broke the Barbie dream house.
But no matter what I put in the way,
That's just cold.
he keeps getting through. And the noise keeps getting louder and louder. The sound of screaming and thwacking and breaking.
Hey! It's okay now. It's done.
Is it?
He's gone, right? What do you want to play?
Vegetables is good.
You sure?
Here is good. Carrot.
Asparagus.
Tomato.
Spinach.
Spinach is a fruit.
Seriously?
No.
Oh, I got it. Soybeans.
Can true love be cast asunder by an errant?
Cell phone call? I love him so much.
Juliet, I love you so much. We complete each other's
Sentences. You are the closed parentheses.
to my open, the quid to my pro quo.
Whenever you are near me, I hear a symphony, a tender melody.
To call or not to call? That is the question.
This is Frankie, your 4 a.m. news guru, catching you up since you can't catch any Z's. Hours ago, polar bears were spotted wandering several major American cities. According to eyewitness reports in Philadelphia, Cleveland, Detroit, and Seattle, the polar bears looked rather confused. And according to one nice old lady, they look pretty dang cranky, dearie. People who come into contact with these 1,400-pound predators are urged to avoid looking like a seal or an ice floe. A representative of the White House today conceded that the polar bear's migration from their usual habitat could be a sign of global warming, but he refused to say that it was any sign of an imminent apocalypse. In other news, a tree fell in the forest today, but no one was around to hear it.
I was awakened by a boom at 4 a.m. At first, I thought it was just a dream. But then I see some light dancing against the wall when the blinds flutter from the fan. I look outside, and it turns out a car is literally on fire across the street. The flames are shooting 15 to 20 feet in the air with new little explosions and more booms, sending the flames shooting higher and higher each time they hit a new pocket of gasoline or something flammable. I swear, I can feel the heat in my room. I call 911, I tell them what's happening and where, and then I hang up. I want to stay on the line. I want them to stay on the phone until help arrives, but it isn't my car. They don't even ask me for my name. I'm just out. All of them having their private emergency, and I'm no longer a part of it. But some part of me wishes that I started the fire, because there would be police and reporters, and they would need to hear from me. I don't really wish I started the fire. I'm not that kind of person who starts fires or even wants to start them. Well, except for that one time in 5th grade when I set an ant on fire with a magnifying glass. But don't they see? I'm not asking for much, just a gesture. So maybe staying on the phone with me would tie up the line. Maybe some little kid's dad is having a heart attack, or some woman is giving birth on her kitchen floor, or maybe a motorcycle lost an argument with a 16-wheeler and someone at the scene needs to be talked through CPR. But of course, I'm not as important as that. So maybe when the fire truck gets here, and that's a good thing about living 6 blocks away from the fire station, is it takes 2 minutes. Maybe a little nod up to my second floor window, maybe a thanks kid under your breath. It would make me feel a little included and maybe just a tiny bit less alone.
Is it here? Of course it is. Open up!
What? Who's there?
Use force if necessary.
Can I use it anyway?
I don't see why not. The handbook doesn't say anything about only if necessary.
Good. I like to use force. You know, it keeps me from having to have a reason.
Having to explain things, you mean?
Right. No fuss, no muss.
I don't understand. Who are...
Silence!
I love that.
Me too. It makes me all tingly. Silence!
But you can't just come in here and...
Why not?
It's 4 in the morning.
When did you expect us to come?
Noon?
We're here to help you, kid.
We're on your side.
You won't be afraid anymore.
You know, not with us controlling.
Protected.
Right. Protecting you.
From what?
From the monster under your bed, of course.
We assumed you knew that.
Let us in. It'll just be a minute.
You can go back to sleep.
I wasn't sleeping.
Done before you know it.
But I don't...
We crush people's dreams all the time. Man, I'm going to enjoy this way too much.
We have a job to do.
But...
How to get to Carnegie Hall?
So open up.
Practice.
Wait.
Execute security protocol B12.
What's that one again?
Mostly it's just beating and smashing.
You can't do this.
Stand back.
Let's huff and puff and blow the house down.
Stop. Stop it. Don't hurt him.
Wait a minute. You're one of those monster lovers.
No, it's not that.
Sympathizer.
No.
People like you make me sick. Now step out of the side or get stepped on. I didn't come all the way out here to be deprived of good monster bashing.
You can't. It's like a memo.
A memo? What, you've got a secretary under there too or something?
That's settled then.
No, not a memo. A reminder. That's it. A reminder that every day we're afraid. Every day there's a monster under the bed, and yet we get through. You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. You certainly can't beat it senseless and then drag it out, bound and gagged. You need to embrace it. You can't have dreams without a little fear, right? Treat it like your pet. Show it love. Nurture it.
That's deep.
Dreams and fear.
Together.
Now that's deep.
Like Bonnie and Clyde.
Jekyll and Hyde. Yin and Yang. Chocolate and marshmallow. Heavy.
So, you're saying you don't need us after all?
I've got it from here.
I'm about to go to bed when I hear this other voice. He's barely on a different band from the preacher, so I have to get the dial just right, but I finally get it, and he's like my age.
Hey everyone, it's Frankie 4 a.m. and if you're awake and alive, let me know. I've got a great show for you this morning, and every morning.
And I start to listen, and he does all these jokes that are kind of funny and kind of not, and interviews with imaginary celebrities. You can tell he's doing all the voices, and he's not entirely good all the time, but he's a lot better than you. And then he does these commercials. He did one for your knives, and he hates them too. It's so funny, because at the end he says, "Thank you for making such crappy knives." Only he's making fun of you. But I think you get that. And it's like, the more I listen, the more I kind of forget how sad I am. I'm wondering, what's he gonna do tomorrow? How does he know about your knives? Does he take call-ins? There's a phone number. I don't know if it's real. I want to try calling, and maybe I could be on a radio show that no one listens to, but it would still be kind of awesome. I want to start listening to a few more shows before I try calling in. get more familiar. But it's like with every minute I listen, it just makes 4 a.m. in my life a little bit happier. So this is a kind of thank you note, because if your knives actually worked, I would have never heard of Frankie. So thank you. Thank you for making such crappy knives.
I call him not. I call him not.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take a cell phone against the sea of troubles and, by calling, end them.
Or end us. I'll text.
Oh, duh, I'll just text.
This is Frankie, your 4 a.m. spark, your 4 a.m. fire, roaming the night like a vampire. But that sun's coming up soon, so it's time to retire and wait for that next magic moon. But hey, don't worry. I'll be here once again with you tomorrow morning, pre-dawning with you once again. Until then, my friends, hold on. Stay strong, because come what may, you can make it through your day. And when the light is gone and the fight goes on, once again I'll say, is there anybody out there? I know someday somebody's gonna respond. Until then, I'm gonna keep the faith. I'm gonna keep this train on track. This is Frankie, 4 a.m., saying,